What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the GameOverGreggy Show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Hi, Greg.
Good. You're wearing one of the veteran shirts that I like a lot, the PBS broadcasting ones.
Yeah,
this has been around the block.
I've
I've
noticed
seen
I'm
it.
gravitating just toward gray shirts these days. As I get older, I think it's because I'm going colorblind. You know what I mean?
Like a dog?
Gray. Everything's just gray to me, so I'm just gonna pull the gray shirt. I don't know what the fuck. I like the
Are you
shirt,
really
super
starting to
comfortable.
like gray shirts more?
No, it's just comfortable. It's very comfortable.
I've always appreciated the material that's made out of.
Hey, oh, Jesus. It
Good
just went. It
material.
shot straight from my chest all the way down is my balls.
Did you do anything? Did you get a boner?
No.
No?
No.
Over there, the pure one, Tim Gettys.
Let Tim host.
How you doing, Tim?
Good.
And then the pride of Long Island, Colin Moriarty. rubbing the
Listen to
beard
my
on there?
face buzz.
Getting some beard, doing
This
an
is what my
old,
face
an old
sound like.
Micah GameScoop gem. Gentlemen, how are you?
We are
Good.
well.
Well,
Almost Thanksgiving.
Yes, it is.
Coming up on that.
Are you excited?
No.
What are your Thanksgiving plans, Nick?
Well, I'll be in Costa Rica for Thanksgiving. I'm taking the first vacation I've had with my wife since our honeymoon. So we're not actually going to get Thanksgiving. My hope is that I can find pumpkin pie somewhere. In
You were
South
not going to
America.
find.
not a
You don't
chance.
think so?
No.
Not a prayer.
I think I can. I might have
Bring
I
a pumpkin with you.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about bringing a frozen pumpkin pie with me.
Yeah.
So that by the time it gets there, it'll be perfectly thought out.
That's perfect.
What are your thoughts on that, Greg?
I
How
like
long
it.
is the flight?
It's like 10 hours.
All right.
Maybe 12 actually
Do
with
it.
layovers. But if I just put it on top of my clothes. You can't put it in the middle.
No,
you know?
just carry it on
You think
everywhere
so?
you go, so you have it with
just
you at all
carry the pumpkin
times,
pie.
That's a smart idea.
and put it under the seat in front of you.
Bring two, so you can eat one on the plane.
Let me see. Won't be thought out. I'll have to lick. I can lick it. Maybe like a pumpkin popsicle.
Good lord.
How? I didn't know this is where you're going. I didn't know that
Oh,
Costa
no.
Rica is what you're doing.
Costa Rica is where I'm going. Yes.
Why Costa Rica?
It was a number of decisions that went into it. Largely, my wife just picked it.
Gotcha.
So
Okay,
there's
good.
that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
always the best.
I know
way to
I
do
always
these
love to
things.
leave the United States during Thanksgiving. That's always my favorite thing to
Well,
Hey,
it's-
I went to Japan during Thanksgiving 2 years ago. It was fantastic.
the way
do. You miss out on the food, though.
Yeah, but the way it
I
ends
really
up
don't.
boiling down is that my wife, like with her work, with the way she, she works with clients and they all go out of town, so she has nothing to do. So she can actually
So then you get fucking sucked into this
take those
bullshit.
days off. Well, I'm my own fucking boss.
Yeah.
Are you?
Sure you are.
Colin, nobody can tell me what to do
No,
except for Kevin, Tim, you, and Greg.
Kevin tells you what to do. That's
Kevin always tells me what to do.
Yeah.
Nick, sit up higher so you look taller.
You want a pillow?
We've been getting on Nick recently. I made a good one. A good joke about you being short during love and sex stuff. I don't remember what it was.
It was good though.
It was good.
You
You
gonna
guys
edit
are
it
gonna
out?
have to stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it the fuck out. It's definitely not gonna be.
Come here now. You got one. You got a hair that's not yours, or your shit. There it is. You got one of these.
Oh, I remember what
There
it
is.
was.
Still there. There it is.
It was talking about you being on the phone and like flirting with girls over the phone, and you're just like, yeah, everyone just sounds better on the phone. I'm like, yeah, you sound a lot taller on the phone.
He nails you on that one. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Game Over Greggy Show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather around this table. Each bring a random topic discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny. Toss us a few bucks and you can get early access and exclusive access to all sorts of cool content. If you have no bucks to toss us, no big deal. Head over to youtube.com/kindafunny where we put up the show day by day, topic by topic before we post the entire thing as a video in MP3 on the following Friday. Colin Moriarty.
Yes.
On this Thanksgiving week episode of the Game Over Greggy. I don't know if that was right.
That's the Thanksgiving prayer.
Is it?
Mhm.
Oh, what the Pilgrim said to the Indians?
Mhm.
All right.
1621, bro.
Belt buckles on their head. What do we do with all these
Kingdom
belt?
Hearts
What do we do with all
characters.
these belt buckles? Put them on. You put them on your
They
head.
didn't know. They never seen a belt buckle before. They had no
We-
one. They
we
had
talked
no,
about
they
it.
had no fashion magazines.
The ship was pulling out of port, and they had just invented the belt buckle, and so they ran up as the Mayflower was going, and they had crates of them. They're like, guys, these are belt buckles. We just gotta enjoy. And then they went away, and they opened this crate, and they're like, what do we do? And they said, our hats keep blowing off in the wind as the Mayflower is picking up steam. So let's buckle our hats to our heads.
It's smart.
It is smart when you
I
think
wouldn't
about
have
it.
thought about it.
Colin, what's your topic?
Before I get into my topic, I've been doing this on all of our shows. I want to just extend our thoughts and prayers to our friends in France after what happened. We have a French listenership, so I want to make sure that they know that we're thinking of them. My topic is Black Friday, which I find to be the single most embarrassing feature of the American society.
It's definitely up there.
It's definitely
up there.
I'm hard pressed to think of something. There's a lot about our society that's very funny to me, but
Can you take a step back for?
Yeah.
Take a step back for the Europeans in the audience right now, and just in your words, explain Black Friday.
Black Friday is American free market consumerism run completely amok. And it's fucking horrifyingly embarrassing watching this get worse and worse and worse. Like, people waiting in line to save $200 on the television set. Go home, sir.
So the
you have a
definition,
fucking family.
Building from the foundation, Black Friday, of course, is the day after Thanksgiving here in America, the Friday after the Thursday that's always Thanksgiving, in which it used to be that this was the first time retailers ever made a profit. So they were finally in the black. And it's because everybody goes out to buy their Christmas gifts after Thanksgiving. And what it used to be early on was that you got deals. You'd go there and you'd get deals. You'd save some money on a TV or whatever. And that has every year gotten exponentially crazier and crazier, to the points that the lines get crazier and crazier, to people are trampled to death. There's videos of people shoving each other into stop signs as they run towards a Walmart, and fucking security guards firing guns in the air. It's like insanity all over this stupid ass shit.
It has gotten out of control.
I feel like there was this tipping point where when we were kids, and probably just because we were kids and we didn't know, I'd see it on the news or whatever. You'd hear about Black Friday, or somebody's gonna go out and get this deal or whatever. They had their Sears flyer and like the things circled they wanted, and it was all well and good. And then I feel like mid 90s is when it really started getting crazy and people were dying for these deals and yada, yada, yada. And then we got to the internet, and now there's like this line in the sand of just like, there's the people who still do this shit, and then everybody else who just buys off Amazon.
Yeah, there's the idiots and then the normal people, as I like to say it. I don't understand this. As far as I've been a functioning human being, I've never once thought I'm going out to buy stuff on Black Friday. Colin's right. Talking about you save $200. You're going to wait in line for 16 hours to save $200. Like, if you have a deal, you're like, no, Tim, you don't understand. I got a TV for free and I wait. I'm like, all right, cool. I get that. That makes sense. But 99% of the people, it's like, that's 16 hours. You could have made money doing anything else. You could have bought a bigger TV, a better TV. That's my thing. They're never the best things.
No, they're always the worst ones. They're always like
it's always like the weird mid-tier.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing? No, come on, do things right. And now with the internet, this Amazon alone made every day Black Friday.
Yeah.
It's like, I can buy whatever I want, whatever the fuck I want. And now, in the last 6 years, I'd say, it went from Black Friday to the whole week around it.
Yeah, it's like Cyber Monday.
Small Business
Tech
Saturday.
Tuesday.
Next week, right?
The Small Business Saturday.
It makes you want to just put a gun to your temple, doesn't it? Hearing all these fucking words.
It does, because what at its base, it creates that I guess, I don't know if it's a new buzzword or it's been around for a while, but that fear of missing out, right? FOMO is a thing.
It's a new buzzword, FOMO.
It's a new
yes.
buzzword.
Yes, Nick.
It is, Kevin. Don't look at me like it's not. It's
You're hip.
The fear of missing out, Kevin. Just like you're not missing out on that beanie. I'm wearing it all week.
Looks like a wet bandit.
Did you leave a beanie here overnight, by the way?
Kevin leaves
Okay.
beanies everywhere. There's a beanie.
Kevin leaves beanies
There's a beanie
everywhere.
in the shower right now, taking a
Ew.
shower. No, but it's an artificial demand, and it's absurd,
Well, yeah.
and it's completely absurd. And I think for some people, it's just sport at this point.
And that's the thing, is
But I
like,
don't get it.
and no, I do. I mean, we say we don't get it, but you do. I remember getting psyched up to go wait for my PlayStation 2. I remember getting psyched up. There was one time when there was like, I was home from college or whatever, right? And you're bored as hell anyway. And there was a Meijer opening like next to my parents' house or whatever. I was like, oh, all right, cool. And like they were doing some grand opening. I just went over and stood in line, and then went to this Meijer. They had a like dancing sun.
Take some notes about this for the documentary.
It was like whatever. And I bought the Ecto one that's out there on the shelf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was like, I understand.
Greg
like,
didn't realize he joined a cult that day. He has no
Like the
idea.
sunshine carpet
This
cleaners.
dancing sun.
he
weird.
welcomed
They
me and
wanted
gave
me
me
to
a
drink this
special
punch.
drink. No, I mean, like, I can understand getting psyched up for it. It's when it gets to like the bloodlust level, when it is like the running, like waiting in line and having hot chocolate and da 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 da. I'm like, all right, cool, that's your thing or whatever. We do a bunch
look,
of
all
dumb
of us-
shit too. Nobody looks at us like doing an Extra Life live stream for 24 hours. And
All right, it's a
they're
little.
normal.
What are you even talking about? We did that for charity.
I'm
we did that
aware.
for other people,
People
not
are-
ourselves.
We would do it for not other people. Like,
I would
know,
never play
but-
games for 24 hours on a stream for anything other than charity, unless
Like-
you were paying me a gratuitous amount of money.
Let's go around the table for a second, because I have heard stories that I know each and every one of us has waited in line for something that they've wanted before. Like I specifically have waited in line, and I'm not ashamed of it, for almost every single Harry Potter book. I've sat there at midnight, waited for them to come out, and gone into there.
How long as you've waited?
Maybe like 2 hours. I don't think it's that long. But I do remember sitting there and camping out for Phantom Menace when it first came out. And I remember sitting I must have been out there for about 5 hours, but there wasn't that big of a line. I just wanted to go and hang out with everyone that was sitting in line and like be a part of it.
yeah.
I know you guys have pulled some shit.
No, I mean, my
you
thing
guys
is,
go buy like
I'm
every
all
day
about
one
this shit.
system and then sit on it for like
No,
7
no.
years
See,
until it's a classic.
I'm all about it's a classic. I'm all about the Black Friday and stuff. I'm not about stupid decisions. Like if there was good deals, I'm so for that. But the internet changed it. Black Friday doesn't make sense to go buy shit and wait in line. You're wasting time unless you have to like really good like 4G. Then you can just fucking wait in line and multitask, buy online. But like for me, Black Friday is a ritual. I'll go to express.com, everything's 50% off. I fucking load my cart up the week before, knowing what I want. 50% sale goes off on Black Friday. Checkout. Bam. That's how you fucking do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's a tip. You can do that for any website
Tim's
that does
tips.
that.
You think you guys are missing the point though, and you're really missing the point because people can do whatever they want. I don't give a fuck how you spend your time. It's your life. It's emblematic of really disgusting consumerism to like a point where like I'm just not into it. This is companies taking advantage of situations, people getting taken advantage of. It's the same thing the way I feel about Valentine's Day. Like Valentine's Day is such a fucking stupid holiday made by card companies and chocolate companies and everything to make you feel like you have to spend money. And on Black Friday, what happens is everyone needs to buy their holiday gifts, but this is the day where you feel like you're like every other day if you buy, like you're ripped off compared to Black Friday. I mean, that's kind of the mentality. And any war, it's a war of escalation, right? Every war is escalated.
Like
it's a
Batman
principle
Begins.
of war.
Exactly.
So Black Friday starts as something that's like, oh, you go and you get something for free, and then all of those shops and stores escalate to this point. And what's the end result of escalation? Mutually assured destruction, Nick. That's That's where escalation goes in this kind of warfare.
Exactly.
So I just feel like I'm all for the free market, people buying whatever they want. I'm disgusted by these videos. I'm disgusted by people like fighting over TVs. It's awesome. It's awesome entertainment, but it's not really funny when you think about it. Like I'm like, this isn't funny. Like this is fucking savage what people are going out there and like doing to each other in these stores and like running around like to save like if you really need to save $100 on a TV, you might not be wanting to buy a TV to begin with.
Yeah,
you know,
should.
like I just
To be fair, the people that are on video are getting in trouble. Like it's not everybody.
No, but I think to Colin's point, like, and this is, it's almost embarrassing, right? Like, and I hope that this doesn't make international news because you don't really have that perspective, but it does. And the problem is that we are already seen in most outside countries as just a group of obese human beings that are super selfish living in excess, and this does not help it at all.
Yeah, who cares? We have sweet TVs.
We do have sweet TVs. We have great mid-tier Panasonics. You can get a great deal on that. As does the rest of the world, by the way. I'm pretty sure Panasonic is a worldwide dealer. But that, to Colin's point,
tell me how your pumpkin pie is going to be in Costa Rica.
Oh my
You
god,
commie.
commie, Jesus, no, Mister. No, but it's true. I mean, it makes us look. It makes us look like we are a bunch of like just completely debased human beings who are willing to push each other into fucking like oncoming traffic so we can save $50 off some fucking tissues.
Yeah, but
It's
this is the same
terrible.
thing we all talk about. Like, this is like how the bad represents the whole. You know what I mean? Like what you're talking about, sure. Then but that's the same way when you talk about a school shooting or whatever. Then we all have guns and we're all crazy people.
No,
to
it's
the
not
rest of the
that.
country.
It's just that Colin's point is a little bit different. Is that you're letting corporations create an artificial demand that makes you buy shit you don't fucking need. And that's what I look at is when I'm looking at people that are like, you get a good deal on it, but guess what? You still end up spending way more money than you would have because that 50% off, you buy 10 times more. And that's the problem is people get in there like, oh, cool, $200 off a TV, but I'm also gonna get this, and this.
That's
then
the
you bought a
problem
bunch
with
of
the
shit you don't
people, man.
need.
People
you just
are
bought a bunch of
stupid.
shit you don't need.
And they would have done that in any other way if there was a fucking sale that didn't mean anything. Like the people need to understand what they have and the means that they have and what they can get. Like that's on the individual. I'm as someone that's intelligent about these things, I can use it to my advantage. I want this thing to never end. Black Friday is the fucking best.
What I've realized in my own life is that I just don't need to save money on anything that I'm gonna like do. Like it's just dehumanizing to watch these kinds of things. This kind of just consumerism run amok. It's sad to me. Like I just don't understand it. The last time I went to any store, the last time I even left my fucking house probably on Black Friday was in 1998, and I went to the mall to get a fucking DualShock controller.
Yeah, you did.
So I could play Metal Gear, and
Psycho Menzies.
and I remember it even being crazy then, but not. I mean, like it's just like I lock the doors and just close the blinds on fucking Black Friday.
That's
Like,
just
I'm not
every
even.
day with you,
I'm just
though.
not even. I'm just not even gonna get involved in this stuff because it's just who needs to save money so badly that that you wait in lines like this and just and I'm telling you, like I'm sure that there's normal people, lots of normal people doing this, and I'm not trying to make fun of people at all. That's not the point. It's just like I'm wondering why we let companies kind of dictate the terms like this. I would love to see. It's the same thing I always say about taxation, where it's like, what if the American taxpayer just collectively 180 million, 200 million people were just like, we're just not going to pay these taxes anymore, just to force change. Like we're not doing it, and I would love to see like consumers just be like we're not shopping today to just prove a point.
Why? They want to though. They don't want to prove that point.
I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't agree with you. Like, I think it's honestly one of the more, it's probably the most intellectually honest holiday that we have as Americans. Like, I agree with you with Valentine's Day, right? This thing was created out of this artificial, hey, this one's like, hey, come buy shit at a discounted rate. And people are like, okay. And they want to come do that. And then to your point you just said, right, of like, do people really need to stand in line for this stuff? I'm sure, like what I was saying before, right, is like people look at us when we wait in line for games that way or game consoles.
Well, I've never waited in line for any of that kind of
stuff. Okay,
so
well, not you, Colin, but when other people do that, when our collective fan base or community does.
Sure. I mean, so I guess what you're saying is you're likening it to more of a hobby than anything else. Because when you wait in line for a system, it's because that's the first day you can get your hands on that system.
I was going to say it's totally
and
different.
It's exciting and it's fun. When you wait for 12 hours and then rush into a Target.
But his point was, do you really need to wait? Do you really need to wait to get something that badly? Do you really need to wait to get a system that badly on day one? You can get it later.
Well, it's not even a matter of waiting. It's a matter of dealing with the crowds to get a minor discount on something,
and people like that. The people who are drunk. I don't go out on Black Friday. I don't do it. I've never done one of the Black Friday things. I don't care.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of people who do.
Well, I do, but I'm saying like I don't care about people's individual choices. I care about the way it makes our society look. You know, like. It's just ravenous consumerism. It's disgusting. I love the free market. I'm a free market libertarian. Like I love that kind of stuff, and the market's speaking for sure, and you can't deny that. But so I'm not denying like the natural causes, the Adam Smith kind of invisible hand kind of shit going on with the market. Of course, people are going out to save their money, but it's a reflection on our society. I don't understand how people don't see that. You know, it's a terrible reflection on our society that we are so we don't. We'll forget about what happened in France in a week, and we don't worry about these things in the Middle East that are happening and these existential problems that are happening. We have a fucking really consequential election coming up that few people are paying attention to, all this kind of stuff. But man, Black Friday, we'll be there on that line to save that $150 on a fucking television set. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. Like it shows a lack of priorities in this country. It shows a great deal why this country is falling the fuck apart. And it's like like Black Friday to me is an emblematic symbol of like what is wrong in the United States. It's not that we want stuff. That is not what's wrong. It's not that we wait in a line. That's not what's wrong. It's that this will become yet a war of escalation. The videos will be more over the top this time. The sales will be more over the top. Everyone's just, and it's just frankly, just a bunch of brick and mortar stores fighting with each other when they all won't exist in 20 years anyway. So it's I don't know. It's not a judgment on the individuals that are doing it. It's a judgment on our society, and we're all fucking responsible for it. You know, and I don't know. I think it's just silly. At the end of the day, it's just fucking silly. And like studies have shown, when you're looking to save money, you'll spend the same exact amount of money on something else. Like you're not like people rarely save money to put away, or like the $200 you save on the TV is just going to go back in your pocket. No, it's not. You're going to spend it on something else. So it's just silly. And I wanted to bring it up or whatever. I didn't mean to get so heated about it, but it is.
That's what the show does, bro.
But it is one of those things that I'm just like, oh. You know, I just look at this and I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, you know, I don't want to insult anyone out there. If that's your thing, that's your thing. We got weird stuff we do here too. But I'm with Colin too. I just have never understood it. I've seen people that choose to engage in that, and I'm just like, it looks like hell. It looks like a war zone. And I've stood in those. I mean, again, I've stood in line for movies. Star Wars is coming up. We're all gonna have to stand in line for that. And you know what? Part of me likes that. I like to be crammed in there. There's going to be some dude that brought his chair, and you're like, how the fuck? Why do you need a chair? What are you going to do with that once you get into the theater with your chair?
Throw it away.
You know what I mean?
Buy a new one on Black Friday next year.
You don't know how to do this at all.
What's that?
You need the chair. The chair is required.
We're not getting the damn chair. You're not bringing a chair to
We're not
wait
going
in
to get
line
a
with
fucking
me.
chair to wait for Star Wars.
All you need is a fucking extra large popcorn if you're going to wait in line with me, buddy. That's called sustenance.
What does that mean? Then you're gonna get on all fours and I can sit on you? What am I gonna sit?
You don't need to sit.
I think you're underestimating how long you're going to have to wait.
30-year-old man.
What, I should be doing the lunges out there?
You should be doing some upside down push-ups. But no, yeah, I mean, look, if it's your thing, it's your thing. I've just never, I've watched these news reports and I'm like, I can't imagine that anyone really, 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 really needs this. Like it just seems like a really twisted hobby. It really does.
That stuff is like, if I were to throw out a percentage, I'd say that's like 4% overall.
That's the thing
of
is,
the
I
entire-
don't
not
think
even.
every time it turns into a news report, somebody getting pushed over into it.
but
I've seen the horrible
But,
ones.
it
don't get me
but
pushes,
wrong.
that's
but it
also
pushes
it's the
straight into
beginning.
that's the problem. It pushes straight into the holidays, and then have you been to a mall lately? Like during the holidays, it's terrible. Like there's just people everywhere. People are always fucking like department
Well, yeah.
stores are madness, and but Black Friday is what kicks that whole thing off. And so it's the whole holiday season of consumption and consumerism.
I mean, that's
Colin's
every
talking
weekend at a mall.
about. No, not necessarily, dude. When November hits and leading into December, and people start doing their Christmas shopping, it's chaos. It's chaos.
why
I mean,
it's-
it's chaos literally at a mall every weekend.
That's
Like,
why
if
I do my
There's no
shopping.
parking ever.
I do my shopping at online. It's just again, it's just symbolic. It is grotesque consumerism run amok. It is people buying like absurd amounts of things. We talk about like the excess. Like it goes back to like the political kind of grandstanding about like the excesses of Wall Street and the excesses of blah 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 and the bankers and blah blah blah. It's like, well, some people need to look at themselves and their own excesses. We all contribute to this societal kind of norm that we must buy and have and take and all these kinds of stuff. And I look at my own stuff and I'm like, I have a beautiful TV and a PlayStation 4 and some books and an iPad and a laptop, and yeah, these are all electronics, but I actually like want to get rid of as much shit as I have at all times. Ask Greg. I beg him to get rid of his shit. Like no one needs this stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
and
no,
it's
trust me.
just
Sometimes I secretly throw shit away.
it's just
You don't know.
completely insane, you know. And so I just think it's a symbol of like we need to find happiness in things that are not commercial goods, and like we're totally like people are being spun up and hung out to dry by these companies that are making them feel like you have to have, and we all fall prey to it, whether it's with Star Wars or with a PlayStation or whatever like that. But I just feel like it's just symbolic of a society that has fucking twisted priorities, and it might be good for the economy, but I don't really care. Like, is it good for our soul? You know, I mean, that's kind of the bigger thing I'm wondering about. Like, is this kind of shit like good for our souls? You know, and I'm not saying in a spiritual sense. I'm saying like, is it good for the essence of what we are? And I'd say no. I think it's insane. And just if you want to see what I'm talking about, just inevitably go on Huffington Post on Black Friday at night, and just fucking look at all the
Look
videos
at all the
and all this.
sensationalist headlines that people write because they want to turn this into this evil thing.
Well, there's that, but the videos do speak for themselves, right? And the stories and the police blotter and all that kind of stuff, they do speak for themselves. Like you're right.
Well, yeah, they
but-
do. That the majority doesn't do this. You're talking. I understand what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. That our priorities are twisted, but yeah, I think there's so many more. You're making this out to be the one. This is the reason. And I go back to our topics on Ferguson, the stuff that's happening at Mizzou, the stuff that's happening with the homeless. Like there are so many other huge fucking problems that they come up in the news cycle and go away, and then the next huge fucking problem comes around. And this one isn't that bad. There are tons of people watching this right now
Well, I don't
in
think
the
that's Colin's
Midwest.
point.
Go out
It's
and all right, cool. Then I'll stop talking.
Well, that wasn't his point. Colin's point was not that it was necessarily to be put it on the same level as Ferguson or those things. It was that it's a distraction from those things. That's the big
Yeah,
problem.
it's like these
is that people will talk more about Black Friday coming up to Black Friday than they will anything that happened in Paris. Guarantee by next Friday people have forgot what happened in Paris in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Ubers will go back to being normal Ubers. They won't be flags anymore. But that's an issue. We should be talking more about what's happening in Mizzou. We should be talking more about what's happening in Paris. But come next Thursday, I'm probably not going to remember it.
But what I'm saying is this. I mean, we're not going to talk about Paris because we're going to be talking about what's happening in the NFL, and then we're going to be getting excited for college basketball, March Madness. And I'm saying like, this is the same thing. That no one's got the right priorities. I don't think that my point is that this one is not the worst thing that we're talking about in terms of things that are distracting from it. It's just one of them.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to agree with Colin and say this is the worst thing. I mean, I don't think he said it was the worst thing ever.
No, I
But
think
he was big-
it's a symbol.
it's a perfect
It's a
symbol,
symbol.
of the
It's a gratuitous symbol.
excess consumerism that consumes our nation. I think that's just the way it is.
Yeah, like
I think there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. People would rather shop online than think about the upcoming election. That's just the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will argue that point. There's no one on this planet that would be like, you know what I think I'm going to do instead of playing a video game right now? Well, maybe not video games, but instead of indulging in entertainment, I'm going to sit down and read about all the 17 candidates that are in this race. Or now there's less than 17 candidates, I guess. I don't even fucking know, right? I don't know, because I was playing Metal Gear last night instead of actually watching CNN.
it's not about that. Like we all get distracted by the things we love. I mean, our whole company is about things that we love. The point is that it's a symbol, and it's just and it shows a lack of priorities. For as much as I love video games, I think my priorities are I do read the news, I do keep up with things. I think a lot of people do. I'm just saying, like, we should put this much energy into things that really mean something, because the only people that benefit on Black Friday are the big companies and big corporations that everyone seems to hate anyway. And then you save a few dollars that you'll just go spend. And it's not like you're going to put it in a bank or give it to charity or anything like that. That's just not the way it goes. So
see, that's the point. That's the point I can get behind more. But that one where you're just saying that this is a distraction. I mean, that's the point, is that there's a million distractions.
It's
right.
True. The NFL's a distraction or whatever. That's fine. This is the distraction. You know?
But see, I feel like what my problem here is, I feel like we're just a pot calling a kettle black. Like people who are out there who are family people who have their children, and this is a fun thing they go and do, and there is no gunfight, eruption, people getting pushed down. They enjoy that, and they look at our lives, and like, you're talking about how we make our living talking about things we enjoy. Like, they enjoy doing that. They enjoy going on Black Friday, and I don't think they're going out being like, man, this is a great holiday that fell from the sky. They understand that the businesses are benefiting and that it's part of consumerism, this, that, and the other, but that's what they enjoy doing.
I'm not saying that they can't enjoy it. No one's saying that they don't have the free will to do it. I'm saying that when we have a company that's based on the things that we enjoy, and we're made to be a distraction while you work or while you mow the lawn or whatever it is you want to do. But what we do isn't emblematic of a societal fracture either. Like, it's not. Like,
I mean, it isn't. There's four people around a table every week, and you're the only one who really, really, really cares about politics.
Yeah, I mean, that's my prerogative, and it's your prerogative not to.
But you don't think that's like a snapshot of America? You know what I mean? I've seen people talking about that on the forums of like, I wish the other three cared on political topics as much as Colin, because otherwise it's just him.
Me too. I wish that as well, right? But I can't put a gun to your guys head and care. I mean, it's definitely a problem for you guys.
I'm not taking that. I'm just saying that I think is also emblematic of a problem here in America.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of problems. We're crumbling. It's just I just wish people took other things as seriously as Black Friday. I guess that was the only thing that I was trying to say, because it's a problem and we're responsible for it. So
I just don't think that many people take Black Friday that seriously. Like, I think that if you were to break down the percentage of people that do anything, the people that wait in line and for those crazy discounts and stuff, that must be such a small percentage of the people that buy stuff on Black Friday. Like, so many people that I know that go out on Black Friday, like normal family people, they go out and they just, whenever they wake up on Friday, they go to whatever mall they want.
Kohl's.
And just buy stuff, and it's not like they're looking to get crazy discounts or anything. It's just, that's when they're going to buy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We could just move on. The message is lost. I think Nick kind of understands a little bit more, but it's
I feel like your message is good, that there are things that distract us from the real problems.
Yeah, and I feel like this is I don't it reminds me of my dad a lot, like saying, my dad, very successful man, has nice things or whatever, but he was always like it's important to show restraint. Like, it's always important, like, you don't need this. You don't need to do this. You don't need buy, take, want. I don't like it, and it's just insane. I think it's sad. So I mean, that was and so that this whole time of year actually reminds me a great deal of that, but it obviously kicks off with Black Friday. Whether you're celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever, it's always about like, what are you going to get? What are you going to give? Mm-hmm. It's not about like the essence of togetherness or the essence of just humanity anymore. And I don't know. It just makes me sad. Like I've always wanted, like, people are always like, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? Like, I don't want anything. I don't want you to give me anything. Like, it's cool. It's fine. That's not what this is supposed to be about. When I need a TV, I'll go fucking buy one. You know what I mean? Like it's not like, and I do think that, to Tim's point early on with Cyber Monday and all this kind of stuff, Black Friday and the war of escalation on Black Friday is the death throes of a commercial system that's not going to exist for much longer. So it's,
you mean a brick and mortar system?
Yeah,
definitely.
So
that's the thing. Like, there's a reason why the next sale is the entire next week, right? Like, it's just easier to compete on that level. Amazon can compete because guess what? They're dominating. It's just the way it goes. Let's all go to, if you guys have any doubt, let's all go to a Borders book right now and go get ourselves some magazines. They don't exist anymore.
I used to love
Barnes & Noble. Both of them are gone, right? No, Barnes &
Barnes &
Noble's
Noble's
still around.
I love Borders. Borders was great.
Poor Borders. Well, you know why? It's because they aligned themselves improperly with Seattle's best coffee. Sorry, I had to say it. Okay. Barnes & Noble, Starbucks coffee. Boom. Who the fuck knows
Shut up, Kevin.
Nobody knows Kevin. Nobody can ever know that.
I will say that for
Seattle doesn't own every coffee. Sorry.
I will say that for Christmas presents, what I'm going to do, I'm buying my nephews a PlayStation 4 and stuff like that. And what I'll do is I'll go on Amazon, I'll buy a PlayStation 4, and I'll ship it right to them.
Yep.
Done. Done deal. No money saved, but
I mean,
at
if you
least
buy
I
it
have
on
my
Black Friday,
humanity.
it will be.
Well, no, he's Cyber Monday.
Yeah. I mean, well, Amazon's Black Friday lasts a fucking month.
They know what they're doing.
Humanity intact.